Welcome to another Free Game Friday. Today we're going to be playing Unreal World RPG, which is a role-playing game that's basically based off surviving in the North. I'm going to create a character, and there are many different ways that you can create. There's quick and easy that just does everything for you, and then there's two easy versions of custom. I think I'm going to try easy custom. So first we need to come up with a character name. Oh, okay, how about Bobbert? Then you choose a culture. If you don't know the cultures, you can click here and it'll give you different descriptions of the different cultures. This is basically the encyclopedia, and you can hit home or click here and go to the start page, and there's all these different. So I'm just going to pick a random one. Obviously Bobbert is male. And then you pick his profile picture. Let's go with this one. He's got a pretty nice beard. And then you choose which season. I have a feeling that summer will be reasonably easy. Oh, apparently easy mode chooses all of my stats for me, and I can re-roll it if I don't like it. I'm gonna go with something that has more strength, I think. Not very good eyesight. That looks kind of balanced, let's go with that. And those are the rituals that I start with. Oh, here we go. Now I can spend skill points. So these are all of the different skills in the game. And each of these skills has different things you can do with them. There's a lot to this game. I'm learning a lot of it. I haven't really played it enough to fully understand it. Let's see, where's survival? I definitely want to put all my points into survival. Highlight it and then hit the plus. There we go. Maybe I should put points into tracking. What else is there that I might be using? Cookery. Cooking is important. Let's just put more into survival. No, I can't. Oh, I can only do 2 max. Let's put another point into tracking. Why not? Because I already know what type of scenario I'm going to be doing. Now this is all randomly generated, so I think it's a roguelike. I think it's you die once and you're done. Honestly, I haven't actually got myself killed yet. So this is all randomly generated terrain. I can re-randomize it if I want. But I think I'm just going to enter. And these are all the different startup scenarios you can do. Let's just do this. Traps and I should have trap stuff as my starting equipment, I guess. Alright, now this is where the thing that I knew about. You can do the Unreal World, which is just do whatever you want. There's Living in the Wild, which is what I'm going to pick, which teaches you the basics of wilderness survival. And then there's Advanced Adventures, which gives you more advanced tasks that you need to do. So I'm going to choose that. I'm going to choose the wilderness survival. It's a little more beginner. Now here's a bunch of text that you can read. I'm just gonna skip past it. It just basically tells you what's going on. Alright, here's our first task. We need to find water. If we hit Q, we can drink. I'm hitting left and right now to change where I'm looking, where I'm turning. I can hit enter to zoom in to my local area. I'm kind of getting ahead of the tasks by doing this. But I want to show you the field of view. The field of view is entirely based on what is blocking your path, so it's actually quite realistic with what you can see and what you can't see. Alright, so I'm going to go back to this. I'm looking for water, so it's better to be on the big map. Just going to wander around until I find some water. Oh, it looks like there's some water over here, maybe. Let's zoom in. Maybe it's just sand. Nope, here we go. So we've got some water. So let's step into the water and get something to drink. You don't have to actually step in. And it checks to make sure you want to drink from it, whether yes or no. You can just hit Y or N to respond. Okay, so that task is done. Nice, easy task. Now the next one pops up. Closer look. So I shouldn't have zoomed in, but I did anyways because I wasn't sure if it was water. But at this point I was supposed to hit enter to zoom in because I wasn't supposed to know about that. Yep, so I just finished that task by already being zoomed in. Next task, picking something up. So I'm going to have to look for branches or rocks or basically anything I can pick up. There's a branch right there. You walk up to it and you hit comma and you pick up whatever you're standing on, or you choose from what you're standing on. Next task is to make a fire. So I can hit D to drop whatever firewood I end up with, P to push it to a spot, so if I want to consolidate it all into a pile I can push it if it's too heavy, and I can hit S to open my skills. So let's go into the forest. Here we go. So I hit S to go into skills, and I just hit the wrong button. There we go, skills. And then you'll see next to every skill there's a letter associated to it. The one that I want is survival, which is V. So I'll hit V. And then over here on the right, there's a list of the different options I have for survival. I can cut branches or twigs from a tree. I can build a fire. I can build a shelter, or I can make a hole in the ice. So I'm going to say build a fire, and then it's asking me which direction do you want to do that in. So I can hit on the numpad or on the arrows which direction I want. So I want, or I can click over here, I believe. I want to the right of me, so I'm going to click there. And it says drop, throw, or move some firewood over there first. So I need firewood. So I'm going to go into skills, and I need timbercraft, which is M, and I actually probably should have put skill points into that, but like an idiot I didn't. So I hit M, and then the options for that are to fell a tree, chop the felled tree into blocks, split the blocks into firewood, carve the trunk that you fell into a log, split the trunk into boards, or peel bark from a tree. What I want is to fell the tree, and I have an axe, thankfully, already. And I just hit space. Now it tells me how much time I spent and what progress I have. Sometimes I will get tired, and if I get too tired I will end up stopping. If you noticed it, you might not have. You probably didn't. I didn't notice it myself when I was playing it first. There's a fatigue bar up here on the top right. If that fills up, I won't move. I'll refuse to move. I'll be utterly exhausted. And it shows here what percentage that contributes to how much of a carrying penalty I have. So this total 49%, that's how much slower I move. So I need to try and not carry too much. I don't want to get too fatigued. I don't want to get too injured. And I don't want to starve, or I'm going to be moving a lot slower. I'm going to get a lot less done. And down here is my current status. So I'm feeling warm and lively. So I'll eventually get tired here, and I'm going to have to rest. And then there's my hunger here, and then there's the shortcut reminder for what it is to eat, and then my thirst level, and a reminder for what button it is to drink. So I felled the tree. If I wanted to fell more trees, I could hit R and repeat my previous action, and it reminds me what my previous action is here. but I don't. I'm just going to get some firewood going. So if you remember, it's SM. That's how quickly you can do it. And then I hit C to chop the felled tree into blocks. So SMC, and then I hit left. And it says I don't have a big tree trunk to work with. That's a lie. It's right here. SMC, up. Okay, it just didn't see it for some reason. Alright, so now it's chopped into blocks. I want to SM and hit S to split it into firewood. SMS. Nothing to do with messaging. I think it's because of my mouse. I think my mouse was making me... So let's try that again. I'm just going to hit R, up, and space to start it. And you might have noticed it'll tell you what level of effort it takes. Obviously, more effort means you're going to get worn out more from it. So now I hit comma to pick something up, and I can hit B to select firewood. And then if I want any number over 9, I have to hit space to type in the number. So I'm going to type in 20. 20 sounds good. Pick up 20, and I'm going to go over here and drop. Go down here to the firewood, which is Q. And I'm going to hit enter to select all of them. Enter will always select all for that kind of thing. So now I've got 20 firewood sitting next to me. I'll just hit SVB, which is to build a fire. And tap right. And that didn't work. So I can either hit SVB and right again, or I can hit R, right. And I'll just keep hitting R and right until I manage to make a fire. There we go. Now my next task is cookery. And they're going to give me a fish. So I just got a fresh sit and wait for whatever it is to cook, and it will say in the text that it smells like it's done or it smells like it's about to burn, and then that's when you need to pick it up and you'll have your roasted whatever you're cooking. So now timber work. I already felled a tree. I'm way ahead of them. They were expecting me to gather up branches, I think. SMF, there we go, fell a tree, and that's done. Now this was a small tree, so it dropped a few small logs instead of one large one. Okay, this task is to make something. Shift M. Some of the commands are capitals. What was the easy thing? I think it was lumber? Yeah, wooden stakes, here we go. Something nice and easy. It says I need slender trunks. Oh, okay, I can't make 5, I can only make 2 it seems like. Let's try that again. Repeat, 2, space. There we go. So I use the 2 slender trunks that are there, and I make a couple spikes. Now my next task is to go fishing, and they give me a fishing rod. Alright, I don't think that's cooked, so I'm going to hit hyphen, which is rest. Alright, and then I just saw the fire's about to burn out, and it smells like the fish is done, so I'm going to pick it up. Roasted pike, which is actually quite filling. And I need to go find water again. Fishing is as simple as you could probably guess. You go into the skills, select fishing with F, or clicking on it, and then you select one of the types of fish. Exhaust me. Oh, I'm hungry. So let's eat that roasted pike. Yeah, my guy's sloppy. Messy eater. My status is ready to drop, which means I need to sleep. I'll try sleeping, why not? If you hit E, you go into the extra commands, and sleep is one of them, which is S. But there's various things like talking to someone, pouring something into a container, getting back up to your feet, which I would do now if I wanted to do something active. There we go. Wow, I actually managed to sleep. Here we go, this might be large enough. Got a lake of some sort. So let's try repeating the active fishing, R. Okay, now I can pick my fishing rod. And I'm just gonna sit here and try until I can't. Alright, I didn't catch anything, but I got the fishing task completed. I'm gonna want to catch something because I'm gonna need some food. But currently it wants me to build a basic shelter. There we go. So there's 2 roaches. I can hit A to select them, and then I can choose how many I want. Obviously I want both of them. Oh, I've been standing in the water fishing and haven't even realized that I'm thirsty. Doi. Under my hunger and thirst, there is a nutrition level. So it's not just refilling your hunger bar whenever you're hungry. You have a certain level of nutrition. You have to actually keep track of your nutrition as well. Alright, so let's build a shelter. That's SVS, and then you choose a direction. We need a cutting weapon, which we have, 3 slender trunks, and 20 spruce twigs. Gonna go up to a spruce. SV for survival. Cut branches or twigs from a tree with C. And then choose the tree. Let's just cut some more off there. There we go. So I'll choose a number with space and hit 20. Now I need slender trunks. Oh, here we go. So now I'm going to do my SVS again, except this time we have everything. And there we go. Built myself a shelter for if it rains or when the night falls I can sleep there. Now my next task is to do a ritual, and they're pretty realistic with this. I'm basically just sacrificing things to the gods and hoping that it helps. I hit F4, I think it is. Fisher's sacrifice for a great catch. That sounds like a good one. Fisher's sacrifice for a nice catch. Now, I think I sacrificed that fish. Now, tracking. I'm gonna have to do a huge cut for this one if I end up doing it. The game just made me better at tracking, 53%. I have to actually come across tracks or come across an animal, and so far I've had more luck coming across an animal just by going out here and wandering around until I see or run into something. Oh, here's a cave. I haven't been in a cave before. That might be a good place to track something down. Probably just gonna wander and get lost. I would not survive in the wild. To give you an idea of how realistic this game is, if you want to make a log cabin, let's go into buildings, wooden building, that corner is going to take 6 logs. That means I need to chop down 6 large trees to make that corner. So yeah, basically if you wanted to make this very basic house here, you'd need, what would that be, 24 for the corners, and then another 16 for each wall, except for the door. The door would be 6 and 2 planks, and I think that window might also be 6 and something. So, as you can imagine, it just piles up. You have to cut down like 30 trees, 40 trees maybe even, just to make a small house. And every single one of those trees you're going to have to carve into a log, and you're going to have to roll the log over to the rest of the logs so that you can use them all to make a wall. It's very exhausting work. Alright, now if I want to go up that, I can climb, which is, go into skills, there we go, L, and then hit the direction, and I will, oh no, that sounded really bad. My grip slips at 2 meters from the start. I fall a few feet with no injuries. Yeah, let's continue. That might be a cave there. Alright, so now if I want to get up, go into the extra skills, E, and Shift R. I think this is a cave entrance over here, maybe. Maybe? Yeah, what about here? I guess I was kind of hoping that I could go spelunking. Alright, fine, I'll use my climbing skill. Pick a direction you can see. Huh, I can't blindly climb down, apparently. What if I light a fire in here? Maybe 5 firewood. I don't know how long that would last. Oh well, SVB, down. Aha! Alright, let's try climbing down this time. And there's nothing in this cave. There's a wolf around here somewhere. Not so sure I can kill one, but... Here we go. Look, you think it's a squirrel, okay. Yeah. Ah, my natural enemy, the squirrel. Let's see. And it ran off. I'm not surprised. I had one time where the squirrel was jumping between 2 trees. And I chopped them all I chopped the trees down. And I think I eventually killed it. I'm too tired. Just like a bike. Extremely tired. I guess that's kind of like a car. No, I'm just tired, so I'm a unicycle now. It should be fine for felling a tree. Alright. Now we got him cornered over here. Treat me a squirrel. Alright, he's down. Now I can hit 1. And I choose whether I want to do a blunt attack or a point attack. With a trident, I probably want to do a point attack. And you can try and choose to aim at a certain part of the body. Of course, with a squirrel, that's pretty stupid. Especially trying to aim for, like, the head. So let's attack the body. Pointed attack at the body. The squirrel staggers. It's running away again. Okay, let's try again. 9. Got it. Seems to have fallen unconscious. So now I'm going to attack the squirrel, and I'm going to aim for the neck. The squirrel is dead. Hide working, which is H. Skin an animal. So I'll skin... Oh, its hide is mutilated beyond usage. Okay. What other hide work ones are there? Nope, that's just the skin. I know there's one for getting the meat off of them. Oh, that's right, it was an extra... It was one of the extra skills. So now I have 1 edible cut of squirrel meat and some fat. The fat will be useful for leather working. Oh, look at that horse. That's an elk. I'm just gonna go after it. I'll use my tracking skills if I have to. Alright, I'll show you my tracking skills. Skill T for tracking. There we go, task completed. Oh, I should have done that earlier. Now when I do this tracking, it says the tracks lead northeast, so I know what general direction to go. Looks like he's trapped. Excellent. Uh-oh. He's not trapped. Bummer. We are back. I couldn't catch it. I ended up running into another squirrel and killing it so that I could get recognition for actually having found wildlife and got a kill. So now let's see if I can do some hide work on this I used blunt attacks this time, so hopefully I didn't damage the skin. Cool. So I got a ragged squirrel skin. I'm also going to, obviously, get as much meat as I can. Now I'm going to do hide work skill, clean the skin. I need water. Now let's repeat that, clean the skin. Could have done better apparently. Now I need to tan the skin. I need tanning material, which is, I think squirrel fat will count. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it says I need alder or willow bark, peeled, or animal fat. Alright, so now the tanning process has started. Now I have to leave it there for a while. And while I'm cooking some squirrel, I'm gonna sleep. Oh, squirrel cuts are done. Tanning, not tanned. I might have picked it up too early. Let's go into hide work and dehair that. 2 days. Wow, okay. I should go fishing. That's what I should have been doing. 11 roaches, wow. I guess that ritual was useful. Maybe I should do it again. Whoa. Chop it in chunks. And then text message it. There we go. Let's roast all this stuff and leave that all to cook. Looks like it's dehaired, so I guess I did spend 2 days waiting for it. I probably didn't properly tan the skin, because it looks like all I have to do for this is tan the skin. Let's try tanning the skin again. Yep, it's letting me do it, so it probably isn't done. A few hours. Well, at any rate, I have far too much footage going right now. I'm going to say that's it. I'm going to just end it there. Let's see what further tasks I was going to end up doing. Setting a trap, checking a trap, settlement. Probably would have just had me walk up to a settlement and find one. Trading, yep, it would have. Water course. Probably building a raft or something. And then building agriculture, domesticating an animal. So there's a lot to this game. That was just... All of these tasks are just the easy ones. Then there's advanced tasks version, and then there's another one where you just go around doing whatever you want. And as you saw in the beginning, the character creation is pretty detailed. So there's definitely a lot going for this game, and it's completely free. Links in the description. I hope you found that interesting, and maybe you'll give it a try. Have a good rest of your day.